I would just like to point out that many of us probably have a lot of creative blockages going on, and oftentimes look to others, look to online forums, look to videos, look to whoever for advice. And this is a natural and good thing to do. It's fine. However, I do want to point out that sometimes the advice that you're given doesn't match up with your experience. It's not good advice for the time. Even something that you might blanket statement think is good advice for everyone is probably really bad advice for some person in some kind of situation. Like the advice to be patient and to be humble might be very adequate for some people, but there are maybe some people who are already patient, who are already consistently sitting and waiting on others, and they're very humble, and they're like giving their lives away. And for those people, it's like they've already got the patience and the humility. You need to be telling them, hey, like, take on a little bit more pride, believe in yourself, like, that kind of thing. And so much of the advice that we receive has to do with also the advice that we received as we were growing up, and what accumulation of advice have we really resonated with and followed in the past, and is that advice from our past as applicable to our situation now as it was in the past, and did that advice serve us in the past, and would it serve us now? And then if we get just more of that same advice, could it be an overabundance of that same way to do things, way of being, and so that we're only going further and further in the same directions and not experiencing other things? Yeah, that's like totally possible. Being kind and serving others and helping out and being responsive and aware of the situations around you is all good advice until it goes too far. Same thing with the narratives that believe in yourself, make your own decisions, forget what other people think. There might be times when, battery died, when it's really, really bad advice to forget what other people think, particularly if your lives are tied and intertwined in ways that directly affect those other people who you are working with. So, just like filter through the advice you're getting and think, is this applicable to me in this situation? Be aware of others in other situations and the ways that you're swaying, the ways you're maybe going too far from one place to another place, and realize that sometimes you don't have to follow advice. And sometimes you really should. Sometimes you're given advice to sit and be Zen-like and manifest and do less work. And other times, you should work hard. Well, I mean, the best advice is usually to work smart instead of hard. But still, there are times that it would be good to work hard. It just depends on where you are at. So never get stuck on one philosophy. Don't do that because your life is changing. Your whole paradigm is constantly refreshing itself, renewing itself. The people around you change, your circumstances change. You cannot be stuck in one paradigm following all the same advice all the time, because change is just simply inevitable. So be very wise.